Hello, beautiful people. Good morning. Oh, I love this song. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Honestly, I'm here, the creator, writer of the Honesty Sis newsletter, my daily newsletter. Yes, towards millennials who are truly trying to get their shit together. And I am here for... I choke on myself. I'm here for another daily motivational video. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm going through some things over here. All right, agent number 25. So, guys, I'm here for another daily motivational video. A little bit about me. I do not just use the tarot. I use God and customs in the same sentence. And I may mispronounce some things. But remember, does not stop showing me God. It will not stop me. Angel number 38. Let's go ahead and get right into it. God, guardian angels, demons, ancestral beings of life. Becoming as humbly as we know how to say thank you. Thank you for the information. Thank you for waking us up. Thank you for allowing us to be able to connect in this way. Now, God, I ask that any messages that you're being ready for us to hear, that you please deliver them to me and through me at this time. God, name I pray. Ashe. Angel number 101. 2 cards, please. 2 cards. All right. And is this forgiveness? Expansiveness is also, if you can see that. Let's see if you can see it. I can't really show you. Well, expansiveness is also peeking up. So that's like a bonus. Resilience and respect. Again, I just feel like very clearly God is saying respect the process, have resilience, because right now you are about to be going through a period of great expansiveness. And so right away I get the message of kind of God is saying just go with the flow. Like respect the process. Know that things may be a little bit bumpy. The card that came out right away is faith and caution. So, matter of fact, no, let's not do it. Yeah, let's just keep it. I'm not going to do caution because I want to like shuffle. But remember this message of caution. Maybe I should just go ahead and put that there. Let's get us just one final one. God, clarify this message of resilience, respect, faith, and caution. What do you want us to know about us going through this period of expansiveness? Why do we need to have faith? Why do we need to be resilient? And what are you cautioning us for? Allow no room for doubt or confusion. Let's give us one final card to wrap up this message. Angel number 22 or 28. And the final card is movement. So yeah, movement and death. So I feel like what God is saying, you are currently moving out of a chapter of your life. You're currently moving out you're transitioning out of you're transitioning out of a period of stagnancy. You're about to start seeing some movement. So if you've been feeling like you've been trapped, you've been feeling like you've been isolated, you feel like you've been working very hard, but you haven't really been seeing any like tangible rewards. Like I feel like all of that is about to change. And so God is just saying for like this time that you're seeing this video from like now until like the end of the month, God is just saying to have faith and to respect the process. I also feel like this message of caution is coming up is because I don't feel like it's like an external caution. I feel like with the message of resilience and caution, it's like your emotions. So whatever is coming up, whether it's good or bad, I feel like what God is saying is don't allow your emotions to sway either way. Just keep the faith and stay focused on where you're trying to go. But don't take my word for it. I actually am going to go to the book and get some more information. Where is the book? Where's the book? Sorry. It was hiding from me. Okay, so the first message we're going to look at, this is for faith under resilience. Again, I just feel like what God is saying is like, as you are, going on the road to realizing your dreams or trying to better yourself, like God is just saying to just be resilient and have faith. But again, we're going to get some more messages. The first card I'm going to read is faith. Yeah, I think this may be my last one. My last reading. I feel like today my messages are like kind of all over the place. I can't wait to listen back. Angel number 427. Okay. So this card of faith isn't really about belief in a higher power, although if that is a part of your practice, you are welcome to infuse it here. It is more about trusting that no matter what, things will be okay. This is an idea that much larger than yourself or anyone else. This is an idea blah. It's more about trusting no matter what, things will be okay. This is an idea that much larger than yourself or anyone else, things are moving and shifting all the time. So just keep working towards your goal, whatever that may be, and know that the outcome will lead you exactly where you need to be. And with this card of movement coming out, it feels like confirmation. And so I just feel like what God is saying is like, just no matter what's going on right now, know that circumstances are temporary. It's not always going to be this way. So if you're isolated, you're not always going to be isolated. If you are feeling trapped, you're not always going to feel trapped. And actually, I kind of feel like what God is saying is like you're about to move out of all of that. And so what's going to be very, very important for you in this time of movement, and I'm definitely going to go get us a tool, but I feel like what's going to be very important for you is to make sure that your mindset, like that's why this, your mindset and your emotions, like, so say you may be feeling like frustrated because of what's going on, angel number 550, because of the changes that you're going through, 555, like this is like a lot of changes that's happening. God is saying don't get swept up in the changes, but really to just stay grounded and to stay focused on where you're going. Like I got a promotion this week, and I was like, at the first thing that I started to think about was like, oh, so should I do this? Should I do that? Like, how much money is this going to be? And then I was like, you know what? It honestly don't even matter, because my goals are still the same. I still need to finish the book. I still, you know, like, it's like everything is still the same. Nothing has changed. It's just that now I'm in a more comfortable position. So it's like, whether it's good or bad, it's like, don't get swept up in it, but just stay focused on where you're trying to go. For respect, we have caution. In this card of caution, this card is a signal not to rush things. It asks you to slow down and to listen to your inner voice. If something doesn't feel right about the situation you're in, ask questions, honor your intuition, and proceed with care. Angel number 650. So again, with this card of movement, and like it's like so much confirmation. I feel like what God is saying is that again, it's like, be mindful that you're moving in a direction of where you want to go. Like you may be seeing people around you, you know, getting blessed and, you know, getting promotions and all of this stuff. And like, it may make you feel like, well, I need to do something right away. I mean, that's how I was feeling like a couple of months ago. Like everybody was getting promotions. Everybody was getting a new job, but it was something in my heart that was telling me, no, just wait it out. And eventually I waited it out, and it made me, I waited and I changed my attention. I changed my focus, and it made me look at my job differently. And what I realized is that as much as I've been complaining about this place and being at this job, it's actually the best place for me. Angel number 740. Like there is nowhere I probably could work making the amount of money I make, doing what I do, and still be able to do all these other things as well. So it was just like, respecting the process and changing my mindset and just being like, you know what, this is a really good place for me to be. It's the best place for me possible. And when I did that, not only was I blessed financially, but I was blessed being like, great, I can trust God. And now I'm like, I'm just going to see this through. Like it doesn't, let me say this, like it doesn't, my transformation don't look how I thought it was going to look. Like I thought I was going to be, you know, out of town or working for a studio or doing something, but it's like, it's not that. I'm still in the same job, but I don't feel the same way. Do you hear what I'm saying? It may look the same to everybody else, but I don't feel the same. And so my goal is still the same. I'm still moving. And even when I have those moments of frustration on the job, or have moments of being like, it's like, again, like being resilient in that, letting myself feel that feeling and being like, you know what, this too will eventually pass. Angel number 852. Last message that I want to read is movement. When this card comes up in a reading, it symbolizes that it could be a time to take action and proceed on your journey or with plans. Taking action can be scary or anxiety producing, but sometimes you need to stop thinking about things so much and just do them. This card means that now is a time. This card means that the time is now and all signs is a go. Angel number 927. And I don't know if you guys have been, if you're new to the channel, welcome. But for the last 2 weeks, I have been telling you guys, like, it's time. Like, if you have never in your life trusted God, now is the time to trust God. Like, now is the time to get on that door of dying to your old way of looking at life, of believing in magic and knowing that you have the strength to bring all of this about. Like, fuck the rejection that you have in the past, fuck the people who ghost you, but know and be mindful of where you put your energy. Like, I can keep pulling consciousness. It's like all of this is changing, and like God and the universe, everybody is supporting this change. And so it may seem scary to you, and your life may not look how you thought it was going to look. But what God is saying is that regardless of how it looks, now is the time to really put your nose to the grind and bring those dreams about and be about action. And as you're moving, respect the process, but also make sure that, you know, you're not doing things from a place of fear, because if you do things from a place of fear, what you're going to produce is more fear. So always do things from a place of love. And also when you do things from a place of fear, what you're going to get back is your fear. So that's why it's so important for you to be mindful of, you know, what you're putting into your projects and how you're moving in the world, and that you're not moving out of fear. I feel like I got that promotion because I didn't move in fear. Like, I had got 2 or 3 job offers and I'm like, nope. And I didn't move in fear because I'm like, that ain't working with Stella McGee. That ain't working with Ava. That ain't working with J and B. No. So I don't need to do it. And I stayed here and I got blessed from it. Okay. All right, y'all. I'm actually going to wrap up this. Oh, yeah. I told y'all I was going to get let's get us in a vortex, because we're clearly in moving. We're dying to some old ways of being. So let's see, God, how can we have faith? How can we be resilient? And how can we respect the process during this time of change, this time of transformation? How can we just make sure that we're staying faithful, but also being mindful as we're making these moves? Like, what do you want us to know, God, of this message of faith, movement, caution, and death? And resilient in faith. Allow no room for doubt or confusion. Give us one tool that we can use to help us move through this phase of death more swiftly and smoothly. In God's name I pray. Whoop, that came right out. Our source is one of love, not condemnation. Condemnation. I think I said that right. Angel number 1212. Look at yourself. When you pay attention to the way you feel, and deliberately choose more thoughts that feel good while you think them, you will begin to realize that the nature of your broader non-physical desires. You will then begin to recognize the nature of your broader non-physical desires. So let's pause. Let's read this one more time. When you pay attention to the way you feel and deliberately, that's having faith, choose to feel more thoughts that feel good while you think them, you begin to recognize the nature of your broader non-physical desires, right? So let's bring this back. So I brought out this energy card because this is all about your energy. Though you have to change your perception on how you look at magic, how you looked at the people who left you, who rejected you, and know that you have the strength to overcome this. Like, you have so much work to do before you can start utilizing your energy. But what God is trying to get you to understand is that the reason why you need to be resilient, the reason why you need to have faith and to pay attention to the emotions that are coming up for you, angel number 1330, is because I actually said this in another video, you manifest through your emotions, right? So if you manifest through your emotions, then you need to feel your emotions, right? And so what this card is telling you is that when you're feeling an emotion that is not love, or you're feeling an emotion that is fear, your responsibility, what you have to be resilient, is to change your attention to something else. Because what you're showing, because if you continue to focus on that, you're going to get that, right? We've established that what you think about is what you get. So what God is saying is right now is that as you're going through this transition period, as you're having things that come up that rock you and make you feel off keel, don't get stuck in that. Feel it, respect it, but then keep moving into the direction of your dreams. The majority of negative emotion that you feel are not because the subject of your thoughts is wrong, but instead because you are condemning something that your source does not condemn. Your source is one of love, not condemnation. And so what this message is saying is like, it's like about judging yourself. don't judge yourself for what you want. You want what you want. And the reason why you feel that resistance is because you're denying what you want. You sit on the internet and you say, oh, I don't want to be famous. I don't want to have this. But then you feel resistance in you because deep down inside, you do want to be famous. You do want to have all that stuff. But it's because the world is telling you, oh, you can't do that, that you're starting to internalize that. But your soul is resisting it because it's not true. And so if you would just take every time you're feeling these moments of resistance and really ask yourself, like, well, angel number 1550, why am I feeling this resistance? What is this trying to tell me? And it's like, oh, because I really want this. Or I'm really like, remember, I really want this. A good example of this is a couple of weeks ago, I did this video of who you lay with will make or break your life. Let me make or break your life. Yeah. And I hated the video. I hated how it came off. I hated how I was talking. It was nasty. It wasn't, I don't know, it just was not a reflection of me. And what I realized is that the reason why the video came out like that is because I was resisting. And I realized, like, oh shit, I've been resisting a lot. Like, I've been resisting a whole lot of shit. And what happens when you resist is you feel frustration and you come off aggressively and you come off like angrily and the energy isn't right, right? So it's like that awareness, like me not just being like, not like taking that and being like, oh, well, I felt a type of way about it and deleting it, but really being like, well, why did I? Like, I felt the frustration as I was doing the video. I felt the discomfort when I was listening to the video, and I didn't just throw it away. I went back and was like, well, what is this? What is this trying to tell me? I respected my feelings, and I said, what are they trying to teach me? And I realized what it was trying to teach me is that you've been resisting a lot of shit. So feel what you need to feel, move on so that you can get closer to your goals. Feel what you need to feel. That's the resistance so you can move on and get where you're trying to go. The last message that came out is my every thought is attracting its vibrational essence. So God is really, really, really trying to get you to hone in on your mindset and hone in about your attention and your thoughts to things. It's not even like your mindset. It's like your thoughts and learning how to direct your thoughts. Angel number 1707. I'm going to read this because it's important. Whether you are thinking about wanted things or unwanted things, you are still sending out a request to attract more things like the subject of your thoughts. Let's pause right there. So remember what I was saying, when you're feeling frustration, I don't know if I said it in this video or another video, but I'm like, when you're feeling frustration, that's where you sending all types of signals and thoughts and all types of shit out to the universe. So instead of staying in that energy, be resilient and be like, okay, whoop, 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 I'm feeling frustrated. I feel respected. Okay, we're respecting it. But now we're like, okay, let's change the direction of where we're going. So I was feeling very happy that, I got a bonus and I got a promotion. And I'm like, damn, like all of this amazing stuff is happening in my life. But then I had this moment where I was sad because I'm like, fuck, I don't have nobody to share this with. But instead of being like staying stuck on the fuck, I don't have nobody to share this with, I just said, like, this is why I want a partner. Like, I don't want a partner just because I'm lonely. Like, I want a partner because I want somebody to share my life with. Like, I want somebody to, I always say, like, be a witness to my life. And I want to be a witness to their life. Like, I want to, I just want a partner. Like, I want somebody who is just as excited for my wins as I am for their wins. And, like, they understand me and they get me. And anyways. So it's like, instead of staying stuck on the loneliness, I thought about why I want a partner so bad. So that I can, when I'm sending out my signals to the universe, it's good shit that I'm signaling out. Okay? Let's hurry up and read this real quick. And all things that happen to you, all people, things, experiences that come to you, come in your response to your vibrational invitation. So, I also, when I'm saying this, I'm thinking about, like, for so many years, I was so focused on being like, oh my God, I'm still an accountant. I'm still an accountant. I'm still an accountant. And of course, I just have, I kept being an accountant and I kept being more frustrated. And it's like, nothing has changed. I'm still an accountant. I still do the same job, but I feel so differently inside. I look at it differently. I wake up differently. Like, and it's like, and I felt that on the inside, and then my reality reflected it to me. So again, I feel like God is just trying to get you to understand your power and your energy. And that's why you need to have faith in your dreams and be resilient with your emotions. Noticing how things are turning out for you is one very clear way of understanding which vibrational request you are innating, because you are always getting the essence of what you are thinking about, whether you want it or not. So what God is trying to say is, look, and to say, I can praise abundance when I see it. You're always the law. Angel number 20. The law of attraction is working whether you want it to or not, whether you believe in it or not. And what God is trying to say is instead of feeling like life is working against you, it's time to die to that and feel as though life is working for you. It's time for you to believe in magic, baby. You need to believe in magic, okay? Let's go ahead and go to our chakras, because I feel like there's a blockage here and I want to know what it is. All right, what's the blockage? God is not judging you for what you want. You want what you want. I had to tell myself, like, girl, you've been liking girls your whole life. You know, like, you want what you want. And I realized I want both. I'm bisexual. Like, that's a real ass thing. Like, that's actually a thing. Like, I know that's random, but it's like, it's just, you want what you want. You want what you want. All right, God, clarify this message of faith, movement, and caution. What are you trying to get us to understand about being resilient when in times of doubt? God, what do you want us to understand about respecting our emotions and making sure that we're moving in a place of love and not fear? God, what do you want us to know about this transition period? What is blocking us from becoming the alchemist of our lives and moving into our chapter of abundance? Allow no room for doubt or confusion, God. Clarify this message of our source is one of love and not condemnation. Every thought is attracting its vibrational match. In God's name I pray. Ashe. No doubt or confusion, God. Impartiality and release. I'm gonna focus on this card of release. But the crazy thing is that they're both in the same suit. They're both two gray cards, which is actually, I want to say is our crown chakra, I want to say. So it's like, this is actually very beautiful because it's confirming. Remember what I told you guys before? We were getting stuff about our root chakra. We had something about the sacral chakra. We deal with our heart, and now we're dealing with how we speak and we work with the divine. And I feel like what God is saying is what's kind of blocking you is the judgment. It's like you are judging yourself for the things that you want, and God don't care. Like, God is not judging you. Like, he wants what you want, whatever that may be. And that's why I want you guys to understand, like, that's why narcissists and you know, all that evil shit, like all these people are winning because they don't care about what other people think. It's us good people who out here holding ourselves back because we like, is this the right thing? Is the wrong thing? Like, they just out for themselves and they win. And it's like, if only enough of us good people would do the same thing, the world would be okay. I don't know who that message was for. All right, so this is embrace the spirit of universal consciousness. The seventh chakra, the crown, I was right. We reached a place of universal consciousness, which is outside of our physical body. So again, we are moving into mastery, guys. If this is your first time to the channel, welcome. Angel number 1240. Angel number 1250. I welcome you to the channel. But if you just got here, you need to go back because there is some steps that you need to learn, especially this stuff about emotions. Like, we did a lot about that in some of the earlier videos. And I apologize if they're kind of crazy and rambly, but it's information in there. I assure you it's information in there because somehow I have grown and developed, and this is where we are now. So we are in a mode of mastery right now. We're in self-mastery mode. Like, I really feel like... I really genuinely feel like it's like if I'm looking at the tarot cards, it's like we're in a 9 of cup energy. We're moving to the 10 of cup. If you've been on this journey, it's like 2 to 3 years from the goal, like 2 or 3 years from you really having that manifestation that you like, whoa, like my life has changed. Like we're there. So it's like we just need to start implementing this stuff into our daily lives. You may notice that these cards represent some aspect of our collective being. The idea here is that we all vibrate through our 7th chakra in a powerful way. It helps us connect to our humanity. The cards of the 7th chakra are neutral in color because spirit is in essence neutral. Here you will receive messages from spirit that are detached from human worry. These cards indicates a higher minded thinking that happens when you are aligned with spirit. The power of holding space can also be seen in the still energy of these cards. Here you see how conscious choice can bring you spiritual magnetism. These are cards of mastery. And also, guys, as I was reading that, I got confirmation. It says these cards indicated a higher minded thinking. Literally, maybe 2 or 3 readings ago, we had this whole reading about see things through the eyes of source. So it's confirmation that you are changed. You are there. You are at this level of completion. And now it's time for you to act like it. Now it's time for you to move like it in the world and actually implement this and start attracting those things to you. Because it says right here, here you see how conscious choice can bring you spiritual magnetism. And remember, that's what I was saying all back here about being resilient and respecting your emotions. And that when you're feeling moments of frustration as you're going through transition, to make that conscious choice to not focus on the bad, but to focus on the good. All right, let's hurry up and get to this tale. I'm going to read this impartiality at a glance. This is not a time to personally shine, but to allow others to come forth with their gifts. You may find yourself in the role of neutral advisor. Hold the space for others to find their own answers. Advice may not be well received. Be unbiased now. So just take a step back, be impartial, like no big deal. But the card that we're going to focus on is release. Shadow gray storm. See all that you are, for you possess a power that you have yet to understand. This may feel daunting, but great freedom awaits you as you meet your shadow self. Profound inner wisdom is coming to you. Stand steady. You are more than you know. Oh, I love this. Let's get to this tale. Nakia cuts through the graveyard as she rushes home. Okay, I can no longer keep your secrets. Nakia cuts through the graveyard as she rushes home in the winds and rain. She is terrified when Shadow Gray Storm appears and speaks in her own voice, repeating painful things she said to herself and others. It's all your fault. I'll never forgive any of you. As she listens in the rain to her own words, she learns it is she who is making herself miserable. She leaves the graveyard with a changed heart, ready to forgive herself and others. This is about personal responsibility and the release of blame. It is time to clear the debris and move on. You cannot move forward while you continue to hide. This indicates healing family origin issues. Am I ready to face my past and let it go? I feel like that's just like actually just a perfect way to just end this message. Like God is saying, are you ready to face your past and let it go? Sometimes we don't realize that what's holding us back is us. I'm actually going to link a video in here that talks about like how we can get ourselves in a negative loop. I cried. I told you guys last week, I broke down and I cried in a shower because I'm like, damn, I internalized how people were treating me. And I started treating myself how people was treating me. Like shit. I started treating myself like shit. I stopped taking care of myself. I went to the mall and I realized like, oh, I've been so jealous of what other people have, not realizing that I can just go out and buy shit myself. But that's because of my past. And it wasn't enough for me to just say that. I had to release that. I had to release that version of me. I had to, those shoes I showed you my dad got and gave me, I threw them away because that's not a version of me that I choose to hold on to no more. I'm not I'm not this little girl that can't buy shoes anymore. And I honestly feel like low-key him holding on to those shoes for so long kept me in that fucking vibration of struggle, of poverty, of lack, of neglect. And that's not the life that I choose to live no more. I choose to let that go. And I choose to say that I am in this space of loneliness, not because I'm fucked up or because people don't understand me, but because I didn't know myself. And when you don't know yourself, you can't attract the people who are really for you. I had to realize that the life that I lived, I had nobody to blame but myself. Yes, it may have all started in my childhood, but it was on me to uproot that. It's on me to have the faith, to listen to those emotions that come up and to die to it so that I can become who I know I am meant to be. So I just ask you that, I guess I say to you that if you are tired of like living life the way that you've been living it and you want change and you want to really see what this spiritual shit is all about, I just ask that you believe in magic. I ask that you have faith. I ask that you die to all of those thoughts and beliefs that are no longer serving you. And to not just die to it, but to really not die to it in a scary way, but to release it with love and gratitude, thanking it for giving you those experiences so that you will never have to experience that pain again. Okay? I'm actually going to end this message with a quick fortune. God, what happens to us if we choose to release our past, God? What happens if we choose to have faith and to make decisions from a place of love and not a place of lack? What if we choose to be resilient in our thoughts and respect our feelings? What type of movement will come to our life? How will we be able to believe in magic again and take an impartial view to life? God, allow no room for doubt or confusion. What blessing comes to our life? Allow no room for doubt or confusion. An important offer will be made. Be prepared to dress to impress. And with this lady having this little outfit on, I feel like it's confirmation. So what God is saying is that you may be feeling like he has not been paying attention to you. You may have been feeling like you've been out to the cold, but it's really just your negative thought pattern that you've been in. And God is saying if you would just release that, kiss those negative memories, release your past, then you can get all those opportunities and that movement that you've been waiting for. Like you've probably been feeling very stagnant, and God is just saying the only reason why you don't have it is because you just need to change the thoughts that you're thinking on a daily basis and the stories that you tell yourself. And last but not least, God is saying a major life change. This time is right for major life changes as a new lifestyle or location bring great joy and a trouble-free existence. Clarifying this message of death. Come on now, angel number 3325. So God is saying is that if you take this time to say, you know what, my life may have not been the best that it could be. I may have not always been the best person to myself, but I'm choosing to believe in magic. I'm choosing to believe that God wants the best for me and that I can dream my dreams about. And God was saying all of those opportunities, those major life changes that you were waiting for will easily and quickly come to you. All right, y'all. That is all the messages I have for you. Angel number 3303. If you made it to the end of this message, please give me a thumbs up. If you made it to the end of this message, you are not subscribed. What are you waiting for? Until we meet again, dream those dreams. Never let the internet rush you. And never, ever, ever let someone tell you what you cannot do. See you soon. Bye-bye.